Yep. Actually, it's my left. But no, you're right. My left. My right. I'm looking at my left on the screen.
I remember when I learned
If
my
you
left
hold
and
out your
right.
hand, whichever finger makes the L.
Look, see? Now they're on my right.
I just did that in real life, by the way.
All depends on that little trick, Tom. But anyways, yes, welcome to the Pulse. As Tom said, a lot of action this past weekend. A short weekend with Halloween off. Hope everyone had a happy Halloween, stayed safe, ate a lot of candy. We didn't find any guns, razor blades, meth, and enjoyed yourself unless you wanted meth in your candy. All about that life. So we'll do as we usually do. We'll run down the current standings in the AFC and the NFC, and we'll jump right into reviewing last week's set of games. The AFC, we have the Mustangs in solo first right now at 4-0 because the Titans did not play. So Mustangs are 4-0, Titans 3-0, Raiders are 2-1. Right that time, right? So I got it wrong last week. Bulldogs 1-3, Huskies 1-3, and the Cobras lone winless team AFC currently. And over to the NFC, Seahawks and Bucks both tied 3-0. Neither team played this past weekend. Warriors at 3-1, Cowboys move up to 2-2, and the Patriots and the Broncos sharing the bottom spot at 0-4. Guys, did this a little bit last week, but you look at the rankings. Anything jump out at you about the rankings as they stand so far this week?
Just shout out to the Broncos, or the not the Broncos, the Mustang. Oh my God, I've done it again. I'm gonna get fired. The Mustangs for being 4-0. Sorry,
we're setting it out already.
I am.
I'll be honest with you. One, you saying that, I've done that a bunch of times this season so far. I get these two teams mixed up, which we shouldn't because, well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they're in opposite directions.
Yeah, but in any case, yeah, as you were saying, your point. Go ahead.
But yeah, no, that would be my big shock. And then down at the bottom, that I mean, I guess maybe the Cobras being 0-4 is a little bit of a surprise. I'd say more so that the Pats and the Broncos, more so the Pats, I guess, being 0-4 than the Broncos. But still, surprise I think for both of them.
I agree. That was going to be my surprise. Not so much that the Mustangs are 4-0. That was anticipated point. But both the Broncos and the Patriots find themselves at 0-4. Pretty shocking for me. Figured, both of these teams, they have weapons. Broncos, we thought a lot about them trending in the right direction. Just have been unable to put it all together on the field. We've seen flashes from both of these teams.
They've got all the puzzle pieces. They just got to completely put it together. And I think that's when we're going to see them come up on from that bottom spot.
And Patriots led the Cowboys. Cowboys made a great comeback.
Absolutely.
To win that game. So another opportunity right there for the Patriots. So but anyways, we'll jump right into the Week 4 review. We'll go through the scores. We'll go back. We'll talk about it. We all took a loss this week because we all rode with the Cobras, and the Huskies proved us wrong.
Yeah, they did.
The Huskies getting their first win of the season. Congratulations.
Should have believed.
Give a shout out.
Is that their first win in 2 seasons? I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not being
you
ugly. I just
like you up with them. They're like your favorite team.
Right.
Anyways, last Friday, the Bulldogs at the Mustangs in a game that was a lot closer than I think a lot of people expected.
Yeah, the scoreboard does not reflect actually what happened during that game. I finally went back and watched it.
I told you that was an amazing game.
Somebody that is in our audience kept jabbing me like, go watch it. I finally went and watched it.
In any case, Mustangs do come away with a win 38-24, but a great effort by the Bulldogs. I mean, Cy, we were here in person, Tom was not. We all picked the Mustangs to win. We all were correct on that, but I believe we expected it to be kind of a comfortable win. Bulldogs shocked a lot of people with their performance on Friday, I think, and hopefully, they use it as a springboard into future games as well. So, Psych, your thoughts on this game?
I think that they set the tone and realize what they set the tone for the rest of their season if they'll follow a very simple formula, and that is be deliberate on those opening drives. They went down, they didn't get a touchdown, they settled for a field goal. But in the grand scheme of things, that really set the tone for confidence in their offense and for knowing that they had the ability to move the ball down the field. And they never really went through long stretches of the night at all where they couldn't move the ball downfield. They were back and forth a whole lot all night long. And I think it's a good learning experience for them. You definitely got to know what it takes, as a team. I know a lot of the players had played in big games before, but as far as like this particular team and this particular, group of people, really hadn't figured out what it took from each other to hang in the big games. And so really the next step forward will be to win one. But they absolutely impressed and played a lot more, better as a unit than anybody really thought they would, myself included.
Absolutely, and I think, I feel pretty confident in saying this. I think if the Bulldogs had one more quarter, I think they'd have pulled off a win. I think if they had a little bit of extra time,
maybe. I tend to think that
they would have come out with the win, because I mean they were balling out. Jinx was balling out. It was really refreshing to see, to see the Bulldogs, really fighting hard. And I mean, we were all expecting a very comfortable win, like Matt said, of Mustangs on top of the Bulldogs. But for the point spread to be what it was, and the actual game that we watch, I think we've said it often that the points don't, they don't display exactly how the game went. And this is a very prime example of that one. So I feel like if they had another quarter to go, I think they'd have pulled it off.
Kind of jumping back to what Syke said, the important thing that teams have to remember when you're playing a team that is viewed as above you, like in this case, I mean, we will say that the Mustangs are viewed as above the Bulldogs, and that's not putting the Bulldogs down, that's just being real as to where the teams stand. Getting any points is vital. Like you said, just going down that opening drive, just getting a field goal, just put points on the board. Because as long as you have a 0, there's immense confidence for the other team. But if you're able to drive right down the field in a game that the other team's expecting to win pretty comfortably, and you put 3 points, hey, 7 points on the board right at the start, it changes the whole complexion of the ball game, because you've come out and punched them right in the mouth from the get, and that changes how teams react. Because then it's 1 or 2 mistakes away for the better team, and the team that's not expected to win is able to get a lead, fight back, keep it close, do all these things, play ball control, and play smart. And then, like you said, like the Bulldogs set the tone for their season, and I think in a even a larger sense gave a roadmap for other teams when they're playing these teams. Just get down the field, be deliberate in your offense on your first try, and just get points when you can. Don't get greedy. When you're in field goal range, take the 3. If they go down there and get 7, eat clock, take your time, and the touchdowns will come. But a really, really good job by the Bulldogs. That was, that, and then the game we're going to talk about next. The 2 closest and games of the week. And this one was a surprise game of the week for a large portion. Everybody except for the Bulldogs, I think. Maybe some of the Mustangs, but everybody expected to be a little bit. But in any case, moving on. Saturday, nobody had any games. It was Halloween night, so trick or treat. Moved on into Sunday, the early game, and that was the Cowboys against the Patriots, where the Cowboys come back and win 15-10. Syke, you were the lone picker on this one because at the time, me and Tom were Cowboys, so we did not pick. But a great win for the Cowboys. I sat down, I watched the entire game. You could just see it as the entire game was going. A little shaky at first. The team settled in. They started finding that they could run the ball against the Patriots. That Alex, he didn't have to force the ball down the field. He could take it on his feet. He did that in the middle quarters, and in the late quarters, the passing lane started to open up. Got some big passes down, and in the end, the Patriots still had a shot. Had a chance to throw up into the end zone. Rasdon overthrew everybody, and the Cowboys get the pick in the end zone, and the game's over. And with the events that happened, people may or may not have expected the Cowboys win. I fully did. The team, from everything that I've talked with people, heard things, just have completely rallied around each other and move forward. Just very, very proud of them. Going to pick them, of course, to win next week as well. When we get into our picks, I'm already going to foreshadow that. The team has all the parts that they need. And, saying it as a member who just recently left, I even mentioned that to the team. I said, you guys have all the parts here that you need, and they all have taken ownership of the team. They're all moving forward, and it's going to be really, really exciting to see now, because it's not on the shoulders of a few. Everybody has taken ownership of what's going on in that organization, and that's what's needed to happen. And
it could
that's,
be, yeah,
and that's
yeah,
what's
I was
happening
going to say
now.
the exact same thing. The departures, I think, made everyone realize that the weight was being put on specific shoulders, and once those shoulders went away, everybody had to band together and actually come out with a win. So I was really excited to see them win over the Patriots.
And played, and I mean, it was whenever they finally figured it out, it was the Cowboys' best performance, regardless of lineup on the field. Defensively played well, shut them down, got pick after pick. Fontes was on his game as usual in the secondary, and just a great win for the Cowboys. So, Syke, you picked the Cowboys, and you were correct.
Yeah.
You said, for me, and I didn't let you down. I wasn't there, but
Right.
The Cowboys didn't let you down. So, but anyways, any of your thoughts for that?
No, I
You
didn't.
watched it.
I didn't get to watch that one, other than just kind of talked with some people about it to get the general feel. So I don't have a whole lot to offer, other than I desperately wanted to go back and change that pick whenever I saw everybody leaving. So I was genuinely surprised and happy for them that they did pull ahead and get the win. Not just because it protected my voting record, but anytime you lose a couple of key players, it's difficult to get that out of your head and move on. But it looks like they did, and it looks like they may have even worked through that on the field. So I mean, that's a big win for them, and I'm sure they'll build on that going forward.
My last point, going into the game when we were on the Cowboys, fully expected to win it. And even after leaving, I still fully expected them to win it. Not just saying that now because they won, but seeing what they have. I mean, all the pieces are there, and now, like we said, them all rallying together, it's going to be huge dividends for this team. And getting that win, it was so huge for what did happen, because it's not a good thing, and it sucks because we're part of the departure. But for the Cowboys to have to endure that, then play a game, fall down, fight back, find a way to win. Patriots get a last-second heave, and the Cowboys still make the play that they need to make. The most impressive, I mean, them and the Bulldogs, of course, most impressive performances of the weekend. Bulldogs for facing a superior opponent and having a heck of a ball game, and the Cowboys for facing a lot of mess heading into their game and still finding a way to just gut it out, fight back, and find a way to win. So really, really proud of the Cowboys. Tom, you got anything you want to say? And then we're gonna move on.
No, I think we all covered. I'm really proud of the Cowboys for, they were in a tough situation, losing you and I, but it was really nice to see them overcome the obstacles and overcome the challenge, and do what they needed to do out there to get a win.
Right. Moving on into the late game, it was the Broncos at the Warriors, where the Warriors came away with the win, 33.
I lost this one bad.
To 7. Tom, the lone picker of the Broncos, lost. And and Syke won. So Tom, you lost. Talk about it.
I wanted to put faith. I try to put faith in them, because I've always gone for, I've always believed in them, and I've always believed, and it's just, it's a tough game for them, and I thought they had what it took to defeat the Warriors, but in that game it just didn't happen for them. So
I was wanting to borrow some of what you were smoking when you made that pick, because
When he told me, I was like, "Are you sure about that?"
that's what they refer to as the good stuff.
That good.
Right.
yeah, well,
He's He's Gucci over there.
That's right.
The Warriors were Gucci on the field. Oh, all right, now play.
But not any thoughts on the game itself, Si?
No, I think that the Broncos are going to be a solid team. I just don't think they're there yet. They're still working their way up to that point. It'll happen. I don't know that it'll happen against the Warriors, who's probably the third best team in that division over there. So, yeah, I just not really a shock or a surprise.
Yeah, went about as I expected as well. And the thing with sorry, I text my vote. The thing with the Broncos is whenever they fall behind, their offense is not built to come back.
Yep, they
That's
are
the
a
only thing.
forward.
They're very methodical. They're going to run the ball. They're going to get handoffs. They're going to do short passes. They're a team that is very tempo, very ball control, and when they fall behind early, it's really, really hard for them to start coming back, because then when they have to start forcing the ball down the field, getting in a hurry is when Cash starts making the mistakes. And I was kind of jumping back and forth, and this game was close for a while, and then the moment that I think the Warriors got like 2 scores ahead,
it just went away.
I'd keep flipping back, and the Warriors had the ball, because trying to force the ball down the field, and that's not what Cash is best at. Cash is best at taking his time. So, the thing maybe that I would say for the Broncos, not that they really care for my input, is still run your offense. Just a little, don't go faster in terms of throwing the ball further down the field. Run your offense the way you would. Just cut the wait time between plays in half. Get your call in, get up to the line, get ready to go, so that whenever you have the play, you can take a few extra seconds to keep yourself still in your game plan, because when the Broncos get the ball moving down the field, it's a very fun and nice thing to watch for football purists, to see that offense clicking, some handoffs, some nice runs, quick passes. And Cash, had a couple passes even against the Warriors where he dropped the ball into really, really tight spots. So they have the potential there. They got M.W. Johnson, who is one of the bigger names as far as rookies go, doing a great job for them over there. He's, I believe, got the lone touchdown for them against the Seahawks. So, a big-time player to make it for the Broncos. They just have to put it all together. And whenever they do, they're not going to go and not win any ball games. They're going to get into a stretch here, because they had a rough little start. They're about to hit a stretch. So they're going to be able to start racking up some wins, and then getting confidence in what they're doing. Get that first win under your belt, and then you can start seeing things turn in the right direction. But confidence is key for the Broncos right now. They just had a really, really rough start to the season with the with the cards that they pulled. I have anything else? Kind of talkative tonight.
No, I think that covers my thoughts.
Nice. All right, jumping into the Monday night game. We all lost this one. It was the Cobras at the Huskies, and the Huskies put it on them 42-7. Congratulations to the Huskies getting off the schneid. First win of the season, and tagging me with my first loss, and Psych with his second. And Tom lost 2 this week because Tom's awful. So Tom's in the bathroom. But anyways,
no, he
Cobras
really is.
And Huskies. Yeah, he really is. Yeah, Cobras and Huskies. Huskies. Hey, the Cobras didn't have flow. Offense didn't have much to it. Kept putting the ball up in the trouble. Huskies kept making plays. 42-7. Larger than I would have expected, of course. Picked the Cobras to win with the anticipation that flow would have been there. When I saw flow wasn't, I was like, well, my goodness, I wish I could go back and change this pick, because I definitely would not have picked the Cobras in that case. But good job by the Huskies taking advantage of that and
yes,
getting their first win. Like, any thoughts?
No, other than well done, Huskies. They just came off of a loss that was probably a little bit wider of margin than they would have liked against us. So I know it's always exciting to get that first win of the season. So you can't get to 2 without getting to 1. So I know that they're all happy over there. Tough break for the Cobras. They're going through a quarterback change. They've just signed Jason Black. And so he is really willing to sling that ball around the field. So he is going to test their receiving core a good bit. We scrimmed them earlier in the week. So, I know the Cobras have got some good things going for them over there. They've just got to put it together, and the timetable to do so is, as far as if they want to try to salvage anything this season, is running out. But you know, at the same time, on the flip side of that, you know, hats off to the Huskies for finally getting that turned around and securing the first win.
And I think the Huskies too. It's a case of confidence. They've been a team, and openly will say we have been hard on. We were hard on them as the Packers. We were hard on them as the Huskies. So yeah, congratulations to the Huskies to get that first win.
Tom, are you
Get a
alright?
little bit get a little bit of confidence.
I'm
and
good.
I don't know.
I'm not sure he is.
I don't know. But anyways, moving on. While Tom composing himself. Huskies getting some confidence moving forward.
I feel like
I need to look at the rest of their schedule, but have an opportunity to win some more games on the road as well, other than just playing against the Cobras.
I feel like we're in that scene in Batman where the Joker hits somebody with the laughing gas, and they're on, you know, everybody's trying to be serious, and then the one news reporter starts busting out laughing.
I feel like it could be either Keely did something or it's something that I said. And if it's something that I said, I'm really disappointed in you, Tom.
Yeah, because I know what you said, and my mind went there for half a second,
Mine
but
did
I was
too,
able
as soon as I said it, because I said it a couple times, and here comes Tom over here cackling in the background. So we can't all be adults for 5 seconds. Tom,
Well,
Watts
you know,
over
it's
here gotta...
it's a little harder on some of us than others, so.
Yes, it is harder. It's a
Yep.
lot harder.
Yep, confirmed.
We've been hard on some teams,
Really have been really riding a few of them, so.
right, dude?
Oh, God.
But anyways, that wraps up the.
I didn't even get to talk about the Cobras and Huskies.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Laughed at
all
that.
right.
Well,
Well,
point.
I thought that was
Go ahead and talk about it.
No, I'm good. No,
really.
I was shocked at this game. I really thought, I think we all thought that the Cobras, were gonna pull it together and come up with a win, but the Huskies just came out from nowhere and took the big W on that one. Really impressed, really excited to see them get that first win on the board. And Syke, thank you for your amazing insight on you can't get it 2 without going to 1 first. That was very eloquently put.
Well, I mean, it was a little higher up there than, but I do what I can.
Wow. All right, recapping the previous week.
See,
We had the Bulldogs.
Oh,
and
God.
The Mustangs won 38-24. No games on Halloween. Sunday early game, we had the Cowboys and the Patriots. Cowboys 15-10 winners in that one. Broncos late game. Broncos and Warriors. Warriors 33, Broncos 7. And the Monday night capper to the weekend, Huskies and Cobras. Huskies 42-7, big winners there. That leaves our season totals on the predictions. I'm at 17-1. Syke is 17-2. Tom is 15-3 because he's awful. So now we will look ahead to week 5.
Started for the bottom.
You're still there. So all right. Anyways, moving on. He just snorted.
he has.
You know it's all
he
over.
has. You didn't even make a reference that time.
Wow. Jeez. All right, cool. Week 5. Moving on. Tom needs to mute himself. All right, we're gonna read through these, and we're gonna select the game of the week, and then we're gonna have some more fun, giving our predictions and chatting about these games a little bit. So, anyways, moving on. Friday, starting it all off, will be the Warriors at the Titans. And then Saturday, early game, Raiders at the Broncos. Late game, Seahawks at the Bulldogs. Sunday, early game, Mustangs at the Buccaneers. Late game, Cobras at the Patriots. And Monday, capping it all off, Cowboys at the Huskies. So looking back at the entire weekend, you got Warriors at Titans is an intriguing matchup. Mustangs at Bucks is an intriguing matchup. Cobras and Patriots. That's going to be for a team to get their first win. So one team is going to notch one in the win column in that one. Huskies and Cowboys. So a couple of really good matchups. Which ones do you guys think could be the Pulse game of the week?
I've got
the
couple that are relatively intriguing to me. The first being the first game of the week, the Warriors at the Titans. And the second being the Mustangs at the Bucks. I think that both of those have the potential to be shot for shot, that type that that isn't over until well into the fourth quarter, and could definitely surprise some people. So I think that would be one of those two. I don't know if I want to vote right this second. I'd love to hear y'all's opinions and see if maybe you say something about one or the other that tips my hat one way or not. But those are my first two.
Yeah, those are the two that I think really stand out in terms of like marquee matchups toward the top. I think Cobras Patriots will be an interesting one as well.
That's the one I was going to go for, is Cobras versus Patriots, because I mean, I feel like the Warriors and the Titans are on two different levels. I mean, I think my pick would be Cobras and Patriots.
Going with Cobras but Warriors and Titans. I think that's going to be a good game. These two teams, now they play a lot alike. What we saw about the Warriors in their last big matchup, I think it was against the Seahawks that they played, kept it close for a half and just completely imploded in the second half. So if they're able to bottle up what they did, because I do believe Seahawks are the #1 team in the league right now. And if the Warriors are able to do what they did in the first half for the duration of the game against the Titans, I believe that they'll be able to come away with a win. So I believe that's going to be nip and tuck, at least up until halftime, and then we'll see which team makes the better adjustments. It was the Seahawks last time the Warriors were stepped onto the big stage there. Mustangs and Bucks, going to be a good matchup. Y'all's power rankings, I think, I don't know how you guys have it. Y'all have it. They're like right there together. I think the Bucks.
I think
and the
3
Mustangs.
and 4.
3 and 4.
Yep.
So, there's a lot of crossover from players that have played on previous seasons. A little bit of a rivalry there. Going to be an interesting matchup in terms of that one.
I've got pom-poms ordered
But
for us, Matt.
if I was looking at it, I'd probably say Warriors at Titans. My personal pick, because I believe that was going to be the closest outside of the one that Tom picked for the weekend. So got two separate picks. It's like I guess you got to pick one of the two that we picked. unless your heart was just dead set on Mustangs at Bucks, then what we're gonna do then is we're gonna go to Killy over here, and Killy's gonna pick one of the three. That's gonna be to go with the game of the week.
So
we can.
Well,
Killy's got some insight.
I mean, I felt like it was going to be one of the two that I'd originally mentioned, and y'all didn't agree on one, but one of you did agree on the other one. So I'll stick to the one of my original two and say Warriors at Titans.
There we go. I lose again.
I'm always game of the week for this upcoming week will be Friday night. Will be the Warriors against the Titans. Game is at 6 p.m. So now we jump right into the picks. It's like, who you got in this one?
I'm going to go Titans. I think that they are not by a whole lot, but I just feel like overall they are the better team. I'm not saying the Warriors won't jump out to a lead. I'm not even saying that they won't go score for score with them for a while. But I just think that the Titans have a little bit more firepower and a little bit more defense, and will end up coming out on top of this one.
Who you got?
Titans, because of everything that Syke just said.
I got Titans as well. Also, seeing the Warriors didn't handle adversity too well last time they were up against one of the top tier teams. So it'll be interesting to see if they take the lessons that they learned in that game and apply them here. And if they do, we could be in for a heck of a football game tomorrow night. So all the way across the board, Titans have been picked. So we'll jump right into Saturday. Will be the Raiders against the Broncos. I got the Raiders. Tom, who you got?
I got the Raiders. I'd love to stand behind the Bronx, but yeah, Raiders.
Like, I'm not going to get burnt 2 weeks in a row. I believe these two teams are just in separate,
completely different categories.
Just completely different categories right now. I feel bad for the Broncos because they continue to get shafted on the schedule.
Picks.
They can never get any footing. And I haven't really looked ahead to see when I would deem a winnable game. All games are winnable, but I mean the majority of people would say outside of the Broncos that they could win is coming up. So I think the Raiders will have this one. So Like, you're going to be on the field. You're going to be playing this game. Any thoughts about it? About the Broncos? What you guys need to do? Talk about it a little bit.
Well, the first thing, and this is for entirely selfish reasons, is we need to keep the clock moving because we need to get this game like as one of the quickest in the history of SL. So that's my number one goal outside of winning it, obviously.
And why is that, Sight?
Because there might be a little game in Tuscaloosa going on that I might have a little bit of a tie to that I need to go watch. So, hey, Bama LSU all the way. So no, that's it's killing
me. This is
me.
the first game I will root for Bama.
Well, hey, welcome to the family.
No.
Oh yeah. So, but no, we've scrimmed them a couple of times here in the last probably month or so. And they have a really good attack. They do. They throw the ball. Any of their receivers can be viewed as a weapon, and anytime the running back gets close to the quarterback, you have to consider that a handoff happened. They don't. I mean, they hand the ball off, and let me clarify, that's not a shot. I'm not saying they use the handoff glitch. They actually don't. They run to the outside a good bit, and really make you attack and make sure that you account for the ball carrier and the quarterback both as a potential runner. So from that standpoint, the key to shutting down the Titan or the Grief, I can't keep a team straight now to save my life. But the way to shut down the Broncos is you've got to, number one, your front group has got to minimize the run, and if you can impact the run, then your corners and your safeties can kind of start playing a little bit of jumpy as far as the routes. You got to have communication between CBs and safeties with this team because a lot of times the CBs they do have a good understanding of what the routes that the Broncos are running are trying to do, and so if you communicate between the CB and safety, your safety knows when the CB is going to try to take a shot and jump in front. Then if the CB misses, the safety's ready for it. Really. What I'll say, and I mean this in a compliment, if you don't have your fundamentals down against the Broncos, they're going to make you pay. And if you have your fundamentals down, then you can stick with them, and you're gonna give them as much of a game as your ability allows you to do. So you have to respect the tackling, you have to respect the handoffs and the well-developed routes that they do tend to run.
Game, you guys are able to do that, and I'll accomplish all of many things that you just listed.
Sorry, I just broke
you
every.
You have the entire game plan, which is exactly what you have to do. Like, I hope every team listen. If you're playing against the Broncos and you're struggling, that's what your defense has to do in order to be successful against them. But we all picked the Raiders, so not congratulations, but good luck, Syke.
Right.
Saturday at 4, you will be watching that game. I'll be in Clemson, Clemson and Florida State, so I won't even be around. Have fun in your game.
Right.
Seahawks at Bulldogs will be the nightcap on Saturday. I have the Seahawks. Tom, who you got?
Seahawks.
And
as much progress as the Bulldogs have made, I don't think they're beat the Seahawk level just yet. So I'm going to go with the Seahawks on this one.
Anything anybody wants to say about it, or just kind of Seahawks are going to win it and we move on?
Just that this is another game that if you're on the Bulldog side of things, that you have to take every possession. You have to take it for what it is. You have to not take it for granted. I guess I was struggling to say the opposite of that. But you have to value each of your offensive possessions. You have to move the sticks. You don't necessarily have to score on the play that you're running. You just have to move the ball forward. And if you do those things and then just try to do whatever you can on defense, God help you to stop them. Yeah. Then just see where the score falls at the end.
Yeah, protect the football, eat some clock, and every opportunity to get points, take it. Don't get greedy. If it's fourth down, you're inside the 41 or whatever it is. It was inside the 40-yard line, we'll say, just to be safe. 45. Kick that field goal. Practice field goals this week. Guys, we'll keep it close for a large majority of the game. All right, so Sunday. Early game, 4 p.m. Mustangs at the Bucks. Me and Tom cannot pick this one, so Syke, your thoughts and what you expect. Who you picking?
I am going to go ahead with the Bucks on this one. The Mustangs are a very solid team, and I'm not saying by the end of the season they wouldn't be able to knock off the Bucks. I do think that they are a skill player or two away from really being able to match up as far as like if you get into those because you can play the zone reads and you can play your coverages however you want to, but at the end of the day, every spot on that field has to be able to beat the other spot on the field, because you never know when that player's number is going to be called as far as asked to step up and make the play. And I don't know that entire top to bottom roster that the Mustangs are there with the Bucks yet. And I ain't saying this as a knock. I don't think we're there yet. So that's just one of those things that you have to play as a team, but yet you also are going to have to take some incredible individual effort as a part of that team to beat the Mustangs. And so, I mean, are they capable of beating them? Yeah, sure. I mean, it wouldn't even be like the upset of the season if the Bucks were to beat the Mustangs, but I don't think that it would happen. So I would pick
the Bucks.
Yeah.
You mean the Mucks? The Mucks.
The
Wow.
Mucks. God.
No.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I caught the.
And
I
Tom's
caught
over
the
here
psych.
inventing teams.
No.
I caught the psych.
I am the only person.
I said Bucks.
You had them about
At the
halfway
end, you
through your
flipped it.
statement. You flipped it. You said that it wouldn't be a shocker if
the Bucks beat
the
the-
Mustangs.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
picking
sorry.
the Bucks. So you
Yeah,
flipped
I
it,
meant
and then
Mustangs
old
beat the. My bad.
Tom Box, same sweater for a month over here, is talking about the Mucks. So I mean, we
It's
got
all
a
right.
whole.
Jinx has me some new attire apparently.
Well,
so.
hopefully somebody can help you out. That's done.
Well,
Yeah.
Mercy taking me shopping.
We're like, Haley. No, she's.
Your
I'm down.
internet's cutting out real bad.
I'm probably just talking too low for this thing. But but anyways, yeah. Anything else you want to say, Syke?
Nah.
Anything you want to say about the game? We won't be in it. I mean, we'll
No,
be
we're
in
not going to be in it.
this
We're going to
week.
be on the sideline on the fan sim. I believe I've talked to our owner about getting some pom poms for us, Matt. So
Heck yeah, dude. I'm down.
and apparently we're going to get invited to the dancer HUDs after the game, so we can bust our moves on the sideline.
Right. I'm tearing my ACL first freaking week with the Bucks out for the season.
Sorry, we got 32 players. So,
Yeah, we're good to go. All right. Anyways, moving on. Late game is going to be the Cobras and the Patriots. I'm going to take the Patriots in this one. Syke, who you got?
Yeah, definitely Patriots.
And Tom.
As much as I want to say the Cobras because of their last performance. Oh wait. Sorry, I did not mean that as a bad. I just
Shots
Lord.
fired.
God, I caught the psych. I caught the psych again. Oh, I'm shutting up. I'm picking Patriots and I'm done.
Yeah, it's gonna. This is when it comes down to it, just
Incoming COC.
Patriots just have more. They just have more playmakers. Pitt Dog's back. He's gonna play a big role for them. Tupac's there. He's gonna be able to make plays against this Cobra secondary. I expect to see the Patriots get their first win of the season and keep pushing forward. Hopefully, get their ship turned the right direction, and start moving forward this season. But expect a pretty solid win from the Patriots in this. That'll take us into Monday night. That'll be the Huskies at the Cowboys. I'm gonna take the Cowboys in this one. Tom, who you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Cowboys as well.
Like who you got?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, well, I mean, as good as this is where I got mixed up. As good as the Huskies did against the Cobras last season, I think the Cowboys are gonna nail it down. Shut up.
Man, I tell you what, give me a minute because I'm debating.
You need to map out this thought process.
I'm honestly debating picking the Huskies here. I really am.
Pick
But
'em.
I didn't say I am. Hang on, I gotta.
I'm gonna write it. When I write it, it's final.
I ain't picked it yet. Slow that pen over there. Don't be writing these hateful things. Let's see.
Hurry up, we're gonna take Killy's pick over yours.
Well, who does she think? I'm not saying I'm picking
Well,
whatever
it's
she
a
said.
he.
Well, Killy's a
He.
first.
Sorry, God, well, I mean
Killy's
Mustang.
gonna pick the Cowboys. So.
All right, let's see. We've got.
Killy, you can go beat him up.
Bryce.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey, Killy, when this is done, get your motorcycle out that I got you and just chase him down, run him over.
All right, Syke, who you got for reals?
All right, I'm gonna say Cowboys. I am.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I looked to see who was left, and I'm like, yeah, I think they can pull that out.
Yeah, I think a very, like I said, still a lot of talent on the Cowboys team. All indications of the Cowboys, things are going in the right direction, pulling together, putting in another solid performance as the team continues to move in the right direction. So we all picked Cowboys in that one. Not
Lord,
really any
Yeah.
no opportunities really for anybody. Except
I
for
need to get my
Syke
record up.
if he was the miss, or if the Broncos win, Mustangs win, then we can have some losses. But we all
Got a
picked.
horns coming after you. Son.
And I ain't right. And I ain't gonna lie. That's part of why I was hesitating there, because that was a chance to catch up a game on you, Matt. If I
Or
went
fall
the
down.
right, right. And
Yeah, you
at
get
the end of
closer
the
to
day, I don't trust them that much to give them a point.
I hear you. All right. Anyways, we'll run back through one more time, and I'll recap the picks that we did make. On Friday, it will be the Warriors at the Titans, and that is your Pulse game of the week. All three picked the Titans in that one. Saturday, early game, Raiders at the Broncos. All picked the Raiders. That was me and Tom. No Syke because he plays. And then the late game will be the Seahawks at the Bulldogs. Seahawks all the way across the board there. Sunday, early game, Mustangs at the Buccaneers. Syke, the lone picker, and this one took the Bucks.
We should be able to pick that since we're not playing in it.
Late game, but we're on the team. It's the rules. It's the rules. I made the rules. Late game on Sunday, the Cobras at the Patriots. All picked the Patriots, and then Monday, Huskies at the Cowboys. We all picked the Cowboys. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, I know there's something you want to touch on before we send everyone packing, so go ahead, sir.
Yep, I just want to quickly talk about a charity auction that is going on right now that is hosted by the Mustang Darlings. It's the March of Dimes charity auction, and it is going on between November 1st and November 17th at 6 p.m. Second Life time. There are quite a few and UFL staff members up for auction. All the proceeds are going to benefit the March of Dimes for stronger and healthier babies. What you are basically bidding on is at the end, whomever you win is your date for the Masquerade Ball that is on the 21st. So the top bidder and their date will be off to the Masquerade Ball on the 21st together. Like I said, bidding is November 1st through the 17th, and I will put a link to the landmark, to the voting booth in both Hitbox and in local. So head over there, pick someone out. I'm up for auction. Matt's not, of course. I don't think Mercy would have let him, though. Syke is well, you know.
No,
Syke. Who would pay for Syke?
Well, I couldn't because I'm out of town that weekend for both the auction and the day of the date. So wasn't able to. I wanted to.
I already got my date, guys. I don't have to have someone bid on me.
Right.
Well, I'm saying
I'm currently at like 200 Linden with Billy as the winner. So someone please go. Please go.
Billy on your arm.
I think after
Put a-
that
put a bid on
announcement,
me.
no one else is going to bid. I
Nobody
think that auction is over.
Please, I know if you want to donate to the March of Dimes, donate to anybody else but Tom.
Right.
Please
Or
let Tom and Billy be dates.
or I will say this: give more money to Billy for Billy to put on the Tom. Right. That's the way you do it. So that way we
bid on
don't.
myself.
Yeah. So we
It comes
don't.
down to it.
So that way we don't. We don't short them a vote or a donation. So
Mercy is wanting to bid on me. So
Is there just like a tip jar where we can just give
there
donations?
there
and
is a
just
tip
watch
jar
Tom
that
have
you
to
can
go?
actually just donate without bidding on someone. There's two
Okay,
tip
so if you
jars
want to
down there.
donate, do that and make Tom have to go with Billy. But anyways, want to thank everyone for tuning in, watching later, however you're going to be viewing the show into the Pulse. If you are interested in being a part of our media team, being a streamer, being a commentator, getting up here, running your mouth, having a good time, picking at Tom like we always do, contact me, Syke, Tom, any of us up here. We'll get you all the information that you need to get you set up and be a part of the UFL media team. If you're interested in being a ref, because as I say every week, we always need refs. We'll never have too many. Contact Raz09 Resident. That was Raz didn't McAndrews. Or, as I always say as well, you can contact any of us up here, and we will point you in the direction that you need to go. And if you are a photographer, if you are very good at taking pictures, and you would like to do so at the games, you get into the games. Get into the games for free. So why not take advantage of that and just snap a few pictures? Contact Duchess Button, or again, you can contact any of us up here. Go. Tom's going to post the links. Go there, donate for a worthy cause. I thought there was something else I was going to say. but I cannot remember what it is. But oh yeah, and congratulations, Mr. Thomas Box, winning, being the was it player rep president?
Yep,
Right?
the
Twice.
player rep president. Yep, twice.
Two times winner, Tom Box. But congratulations to Tom on that, and
Thank you,
for
sir.
Billy being named the vice
VP.
president. These are very, very tough positions. I know that some people understand that. Those of us who have been part of owners groups or have seen like what Darian had to do last season, you know how tough of a job this really is. So props to Tom, Billy for stepping up, everybody who wanted to be voted in, and good luck, Tom and Billy. Know that you guys will handle your positions the way that they need to be done. Good people in good positions in this league is what continues to push us forward. So that's very good to see. But he's Tom Box. He is Sunlight Troglodyte. I'm Matt Asadar. We will see you all next Thursday right here live at 5 p.m. SLT. Get your tickets. Games start tomorrow night at 6 with the game of the week. Warriors at the Titans. Y'all have a great weekend.
See you guys this weekend.